Well, welcome back into Studio A, everyone. I'm your host, Joseph Payton. Listen, we have 3 nights of football to talk about. We had games last night, of course, tonight, and a few primetime Saturday night games tomorrow that we have to discuss. And leading us up on tonight's show is TVC hockey reporter Duncan Goldberg. Duncan, you were out at the Waterford-Miller game tonight. Tell us what you saw, man.
Yeah, you know this conference all too well, Joey P. And you know that these two teams are both going to be this game's going to have major implications for the rest of the season due to the fact that Waterford is the defending TVC hockey champs, while the Miller Falcons may quite possibly be the best team in the conference. And I do owe one man an apology tonight. That is Braden Belleville. Braden Belleville went off in this game, and I didn't even mention him during the preview show, so I owe him an apology. Let me read you his stat line real quickly. 3 touchdowns, 192 yards on 22 carries, and that's just on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, he had a total of 8 tackles, so he was all over the field tonight. You could tell that he was trying to make a statement for those Waterford boys out there in Waterford.
So you think, we talked about last week, Miller being a team that could possibly win this conference. They come out in the very first week and almost knock off the defending champ, but Waterford says, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, Waterford, there's something to them. Maybe me and not giving them any credit that they earned last year was something that they brought to the field tonight, and it's really good to see. Not only was Brandon Belleville amazing, but so was a man named Teddy Smith. He had 14 total tackles tonight and 3 sacks. We'll talk about Miller real quick. Miller is a great football team. Let's not get that wrong. They played very well in spurts tonight, but there was a lot of things that didn't go their way. In the second quarter, they were able to grab 3 total touchdowns, but they only had 4 touchdowns in the entire game. So it's hard to win when you only have 1 quarter of football to show for it.
Coach Bartley, he talked to you about how, they're an extremely physical team. They're a big team. But, that just wasn't really working for them tonight.
Yeah, the problem was that Waterford was even bigger and more physical. You have guys like Seattle Compton on your team. You think you're going to be the most physical team. But tonight, it showed that Miller was not the most physical. One thing that switched it up in the second half was the way that in the second quarter is the way that they got outside the tackles. They decided we're not going to go right up the middle anymore. Miller decided we're going to go outside the tackles, and that's when they started to get their touchdowns in. But it just didn't help. It wasn't good enough for them to get the win tonight.
That's one of those things. If you can get outside the tackles and utilize your speed, it will help you out a lot. So, for them, do you think that's something they need to do to get in a rhythm early in games?
It very might be, but they also have guys, like Seattle Compton and who should be going up the middle. But you got guys like Carson Starlin, Colby Bartley, and Zach Waldrop that can get outside. So it's kind of a mixture of both. Coach Bartley's a great coach, and I wouldn't be surprised if they bounce back from this real quickly. We'll see what they can do next week.
Well, in the long run, Duncan, it was Waterford's night. We appreciate you for the great work, man. Now, last night, Federal Hawking and Alexander, they went at it for the Battle of the Spacer Trophy. It was our first TVC Hawking game of the year. We had reporter Kellyanne Stitz out there to catch all of the action.
Yeah, Joey P., I was able to catch the whole game last night, but unfortunately, it wasn't much of a game. The Spartans made it look easy and breezed through the Lancers' defense. Spartans took the lead early in this game and never looked back, both offensively and defensively. They brought the thunder, and the Lancers just couldn't keep up. Alexander set the tone of the game with their first possession. Connor Kimbrough sets the Spartans up for a touchdown, powering the ball down the field for 19 yards. Shortly after, Ethan Howes seals the deal and picks up Alexander's first touchdown. Spartans up 7-0 second quarter. Kimbrough, with the wind under his feet, breaks away and cannot be stopped. Flies in the end zone for a whopping 64-yard touchdown. Spartans up 14-0 again. Alexander ready for action. Caleb Beasley hands it to Kimbrough. Lancer defense trying to stop him, but they just can't do it. Kimbrough barrels in the end zone for a 16-yard touchdown. Spartans up 21-0 at halftime. Kimbrough with another one, flying down the sideline, breaking through Federal Hawking's lack of defense and powering into the end zone for a 52-yard touchdown. Lancers showed a glimpse of offense with 4:13 left in the fourth quarter. Freshman quarterback Hunter Smith launches the ball and connects with Mason Brown, getting the Spartans up for a touchdown. And the duel seals the deal. Smith connects to Mason for a 5-yard touchdown to put the Lancers on the board. But a little too late. Spartans will go on to win 42-6. The Spacer Trophy will remain in Albany for one more year. Kimbrough proved to be a powerhouse last night, totaling 153 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. And the Lancers offense totaled 120 yards on the night.
Now, you know, CK, Connor Kimbrough, he had one heck of a night. He used his speed to get upfield. He's an undersized guy, and me and you were talking earlier, it's kind of like they really have a hard time bringing him down. You think this kid's going to really have a big year?
Oh, yeah. I honestly think, even though you mentioned that his height and he's a little smaller, but I think his speed and agility is incredible. He carried the team in touchdowns. Anytime he could find a hole, he just broke away. And Coach noticed that, too. He said about the team last night that he said about Connor Kimbrough, he was such a dynamic player, and he was so proud of his team. I got to catch up with him after the game, and that he's excited for the next game.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I mean, is there anything else that he said that really jumps out to you?
He said that there was a lot of emotion on the field that night, and you can definitely tell from the atmosphere there. A lot of penalty flags, a lot of stuff, but the kids out there definitely put their hearts on the field. They played for it all.
Yeah, they definitely did. You know, the Spartans are going to head to Chesapeake next week. Another road game for them. You hate to start your season out with 2 road games, but I think they'll be all right. We'll see what they have in store for the Panthers next week. Kellyanne, thanks for the great work. Now, this next TVC Ohio rivalry, it does not have a trophy like the one we just talked about, but its intensity and history, it'll speak for itself. Senior reporter Eric Threet II slides on side set now to analyze the Jackson-Wellston rivalry.
History, intensity, aggression, hate. There are so many adjectives to describe the longest rivalry our coverage has to offer, but more than anything, these players are excited to get back on the football field. But Wellston and Jackson, like I said, this is going to be their 106th time meeting on Saturday. They have been talking smack all week. They are very excited to get back on the football field. Week 1, it's the first time they get to hit another team. Jackson overall is 72, 27-6. Wellston is trying to end their 6-game losing streak to Jackson. They've been going back and forth all week. It's been great.
It has been great, man. And me and you, we went out to the practices earlier on Thursday, I believe, when it was. And, you really got a sense that this is a big deal to these teams, despite Jackson having really been dominant the past couple years.
Yeah, and I hope that Wellston comes out and is confident. You see that typically Jackson will come out and intimidate them, but this time around, I feel like both teams are confident and both teams are going to show us what they got.
Now tell me this, Eric. What do you think about Travis J. John? We talked to him earlier this week.
Travis J. John. I love me some Travis J. John. He's fast, and he's looking to break Wellston's rushing record of 2,046 yards, I believe. Last year, he had over 1,600, but he was splitting carries with Nick Cox. They combined for over 3,100 yards. So imagine what J. John can do this time around. They're looking to block for him. He's the leader of this team. He's getting everybody excited, and he's ready to go. We're going to try and see what's going on out in Wellston and Jackson, hear it from their perspective.
And I feel you, Eric. One more question for you. Do you feel like this is probably, Wellston's best chance at upsetting the Ironmen in the last few years? Where are we at right now?
This Haiti is another year. The first time Wellston and Jackson played was 1898. On Saturday, they marked the 106th meeting between the two teams.
Every year is their year.
But yeah, again, I said Wellston and Jackson, one of the most historic rivals in our coverage. They both hate each other. They both love playing each other. And it's just, they do have a respect for each other. And they're looking forward to getting back out there and playing some good football.
Hey, like you said, they have a great respect for each other. With all great rivalries comes great respect. Eric, thanks for the great work, man. Now, here we go with our tweet of the week. This week coming from @M_Benson_10. A lot of underscores in there. He says, quit acting tough. Just worry about putting more than 20 up on the board, since that's the highest score you've had since 2011. I'm telling you what, these two teams in Jackson County, they're probably already in uniform. They're probably watching this show in uniform right now, all ready for tomorrow night's game. Tomorrow, though, it'll be time to put up or shut up. But hey, I still love some back and forth banner on Twitter. You love to see all that stuff. Definitely getting heated up ahead of this big game tomorrow. And as you just saw, we see a lot of familiar matchups in Week 1. Fairfield Union against New Lexington, it's no different. MVL reporter Nick Ursini is here with me now. He's going to give us a breakdown of this rivalry.
Joey P., a loss for New Lexington tonight would mark the 4th straight season the Panthers open up with the loss to Fairfield Union. The past 3 games have gone down to the final plays, but tonight was a different story. Now, the Panthers fans came out in full effect tonight at Jim Rockwell Stadium. But hey, they did not have that much to cheer about early on. After 3 straight punts to start the game, New Lexington finally got some offense going, utilizing their 3 senior running backs to set up a 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. However, the Panthers could not convert as the Falcon defense stuffed Aaron Foreman inside the 1-yard line. The Falcons then flipped the field and drove 99 yards, led by running back Jared Porter, who rushed for a 16-yard touchdown to break the tie early in the 2nd quarter. Now, on New Lexington's next drive, Foreman coughs up the rock and Fairfield's Jared Mounts recovers it on the 39-yard line. Then 3 plays later, Porter bowls his way into the end zone. He fumbles the ball just as he crosses the goal line, but luckily his lineman is there to recover just before it rolls out. A 40-yard kickoff return sparked the next possession, and right here, Cam Bowen goes 54 yards untouched to the house, making it 14-6 before half. Both teams added another touchdown late into the 4th quarter, but it was too little, too late for New Lexington as Fairfield Union goes on to win 21-12.
All right, so Nick, another opening game loss for New Lexington. This game seemed close in the first half with both teams having trouble on the offensive side of the ball, right?
Exactly right, Joey P. Both teams had some good good downs here and there, but they just seemed to be on the wrong page offensively. New Lexington was definitely going with the ground and pound mentality tonight. In fact, they only passed the ball 1 time in the first half, and it wasn't even quarterback Noah Hahn who attempted the pass. Hahn was making his first career start, and he wasn't even given a chance to showcase his skills with their heavy run offense. Cam Bowen, Aaron Foreman, and John Motz lead the attack for the Panthers, but we're having a tough time exploiting the gaps that their offensive lineman was making for them. They had chances early in the game to take the lead, but could not convert, and that definitely swung the momentum in favor of Fairfield Union. Now, experience played a factor in both teams tonight. 8 starters returned for the Panthers defense, and they were able to keep them in the game. But their offense just was not clicking on all cylinders tonight. Quarterback Zach Shin and running backs Porter and Tyler Wolf eventually wore down the Panthers defense all night. And despite 4 straight losses to the Falcons, New Lexington has the offense to score with the best in the NVL. But hey, it's only week 1, and yes, it is another loss, but the Panthers can take a lot from this game and turn it into many victories later this season.
You know, the Panthers definitely, they have the potential to be a contender in the MVL with a lot of experience. They just need to turn it into results. Thanks for the breakdown, Nick. Well, if you're a football junkie and you want more info than just what our live show provides, we've got you covered. Just head on over to woub.org/gridiron. On our site, you can check out in-depth game recaps as well as previews throughout the week. Hey, we keep our site up to date so that you'll always have the latest information on what's going on in the local football world. woub.org/gridiron. That's the site for all of your football needs. And from one MVL team to another, this team, they started their season out last night against one of the best teams in the state. MVL lead reporter Scott McDonald is here with the lowdown.
Yes, we had Tri-Valley, St. Vincent, St. Mary, the Irish, home of the greatest basketball player to ever play the game. You call him GOAT, I call him LeBron James. But the Irish didn't need that 6'8" freak athlete against the Scotties, as the St. Vincent St. Mary's always seemed to have full control of the game. And a big reason for this was sophomore running back Terrence Keys. The Irish relied on him heavily throughout the game. He put the team on his back to the tune of 34 carries, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And this is something that we are not used to seeing. Tri-Valley in this game was getting absolutely bullied up front for much of the game, and the Irish line was not allowing any push whatsoever. This allowed the Irish to maintain control of the clock. An example of this was the first possession of the second half was a 13-play drive. 10 of those plays were rushes by Keys, including the leap over the hog mollies for 6. Now, on the other side, Tri-Valley's offense was, well, just stagnant. Their bread and butter plays that usually work so well were often being stuffed. Those quarterback keepers, the read options, the 25-26 dives and powers were being met in the hole by Irish linebackers. Every inch was fought for, and those inches are what win the game. Unfortunately for the Scotties, they were unable to get enough of those in this game. But if you are looking for this bright spot, it came at the very end, the final drive for the Scotties when they had the connection of Andrew Newsome. Jake McLaughlin was in midseason form. On that drive, they hooked up 4 times, including the touchdown that brought the game within 1 score. But you would expect an onside kick at that point, but instead they went for a pooch kick right into the Irish up man's hands. But there was no reason to tuck your tails between your legs, Scotties.
Hey, you know, the Scotties, they really have.
You know, I thought we did a lot of things well, to be honest with you. And, you know, I'll reserve some judgment for the film, but, you know, I was proud of the way our kids fought the entire game. You know, we've had, you know, there's a lot of teams that down 21-7 late are going to pack it in, but I thought our kids fought to the very end, went down and got a score, gave ourselves an opportunity to onside kick. So I think overall there's a lot more things to build on than tear down.
And kind of the struggles with the.
So really, you know, Scott, it sounds like the Scotties really have nothing to be down about.
Oh, none at all. I mean, this is going to be the toughest team that they play all year. And, of course, you learn more in losses than in wins. So I expect the Scotties will rebound from this in a big way next week against Morgan.
Right. You know, they really held their own out there last night, and I think they'll be all right moving forward. Thanks for the great work, Scott. Now check this out, our Snapchat of the week coming from the wild and wonderful state of West Virginia. Those Wahama boys, they look like they got some new threads. The helmet's clean, the all-white lid. Hey, it's a nice look on you guys. I love when teams break out new uniforms, man. I'm pretty much a uniform junkie myself. And these, they're just too smooth. I'm definitely gonna have to get out there and see these for myself up close in person. Thanks for sharing that with us, guys. And out in Greenfield tonight, two of our newest teams squared off in what has turned into pretty much a rivalry. So we sent two of our reporters to catch McLean and Adena in action. Blake Baker and Nick Niehaus join me on side set now. Boys, did this matchup have that traditional rivalry flair?
Well, the first Friday night under those lights was motivation enough, but you could tell there was some added motivation to each sideline.
Yeah, this game gave McLean its only win of last season. And Adena won 2 of its last 3 games in 2016 and had something to prove on this trip to Greenfield.
Not to mention, the Warriors head coach was once a defensive coordinator for McLean's current head coach.
So yes, this game tonight did have some of that spice, but the product on the field didn't quite compare to the competitiveness we normally see between rivals.
You know, Adena seemed to just eat away at that Tiger defense tonight. How were the Warriors able to maintain steady drives?
The inside running game fueled those consistent and effective drives. Adena got a plethora of playmakers involved. Cam Nichols carried a good load at tailback, Dalton Metzger threw some good lead blocks and even picked up yards himself.
And don't forget about J.D. Blevins, who did a great job of managing the game from start to finish from that quarterback position. He made good reads in the option offense and had some good vision when it was his turn to run the ball. That offense would not have packed the same punch tonight without Blevins taking those snaps.
And we have Cam Nichols coming up the left end on this, and this will be the first touchdown of the season. That's Cam Nichols on a left pitch from J.D. Blevins.
So now McLean is down 6-0 after a mixed extra point, and they are forced to respond. Formidable playmaker Darius White takes one up the right side and shoves the defender out of bounds for a 24-yard gain. But on the very next play, he's going to make the biggest mistake on the night as he fumbles one that he runs up the middle, and Adena is all over. They're going to get another chance on the offensive end.
Not only Adena can hurt you on the running game, but through the air as well, as we see J.D. Blevins throw this one up for Caleb Vogelsong, who had a great catch, top play nominee for them.
Yeah, and following this one up is true freshman Preston Sykes, who actually took a snap at the quarterback position early in the game. This time he's on the receiving end of a 22-yard dart from J.D. Blevins, and that's going to set up the very next play where Preston Sykes goes up and comes down with a touchdown, his very first in a varsity uniform. That one from Blevins, great throw from him, and that would put the Warriors up 14-0, a lead they would not relinquish.
Yeah, that would not be the last touchdown of the night, however, for the Warriors, as they ended up winning the game 27-0.
You know, guys, that McLean defense was on the other end of a pretty big night for the Warriors. What do you guys think that the Tigers can do to shore up the D from here on out?
Consistent pursuit of the ball carrier will definitely need to be a key for McLean going forward. Their tackling in space was fine. It was just a matter of getting to the ball.
When Blevins would roll out on pass plays too, the Tigers did not contain him as well as they planned. That was an area of focus for the Tigers this week, but they did not execute that part of their game plan very well.
Plus, the secondary needs to be more aggressive when the ball is in the air. Adena didn't hurt them much through the air, but when the Warriors receivers did get passes thrown to them, they did a great job contending for those jump balls.
And guys, you know, McLean's offense, it sputtered at times too. Committing 3 turnovers, that'll rarely win you a game at any level, but it seemed like it was deeper than that tonight.
Yeah, the Tigers just became too one-dimensional. They relied on Darius White too much early on and didn't develop any additional playmakers.
And the push against Adena's D-line wasn't enough to create great holes for White early. And then when McLean turned to the passing game, their receivers didn't help at all either.
I mean, you can't really help out at all when you can't really help your team out a whole lot when you drop nearly every single pass.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up for the Tigers tonight. McLean felt really confident coming into this one, and frankly, they didn't perform well. This rivalry would have done a lot for that confidence going forward.
On the other hand, Adena's confidence should be through the roof now that they found their head playmaker and leader in Blevins. The SVC is in for some real trouble with him leading that Warrior offense.
And the tag team with those two guys over there on the side set there, you love to see it. Thanks, fellas, for the good work. Now, we know the Vinton County and Unioto faithful are passionate about their two squads, so it was only right that we rolled out to MacArthur tonight to find our Fan of the Week.
I'm here with Brad Rose, is the hardcore Viking faithful right here. He's whipping it up for us over here in the tailgate section. What's going on, man?
Well, we're cooking up some brats, some hot dogs. We've got some cheddar wurst, just trying to take care of the kids.
This guy, he's part of the Little Vikes. We got a football game going on before the real football game. Tell me about what's happening.
Matt Henry is one of our best playmakers.
What's special about his playmaking?
He's one of the fastest kids here and he can catch real well.
So do you think that if I line him up outside and I get behind center, is he going to burn somebody and I can hit him with a pass?
Yes, he is definitely going to burn someone. Yes.
All right, let's line up. Let's do it. Let's go. Anybody got football? Matt caught the TD pass from me. Wasn't that great of a pass, but he caught it for 6. He's our Fan of the Week, baby.
Hey, shout out to all of the Little Vikes there for letting me crash their football game. All those kids, they were super excited for tonight's game. It's the stuff like that that really makes Friday night special. But all those fans you saw, they didn't make the trip to MacArthur for just some dud of a game. This was the game of the week, and boy did the Vikings and Sherman Tanks show out tonight. They were all ready to rock and roll. Now, all of us here at Gridiron Glory, we were excited for this one, especially this guy right here, TVC Ohio lead reporter Clark Wicks. He was there with me to see which team would secure their first win of the season. Clark, tell me what the people missed if they were at home.
Oh, Joseph, you left too early, man. You missed an old-school, hard-nosed defensive game. Neither offense could get anything going as we saw 3 turnovers before anybody found the end zone. But that didn't stop those Vikings fans. They came out to see one thing, their boy Nayland Yates. He's on our watch list for Gridiron Glory Player of the Year, but on just his second play of the opening drive, he gets picked off by Unioto defensive back Dalton Poole. Luckily for the Vikings, Unioto quarterback Gabe Fisher struggled early on as well as he completed just 4 passes in the first half. Now ask Big Sean, there's only one thing he can do after taking an L. You got to bounce back, and that's exactly what Nayland did on a 30-yard toss to fellow senior captain Hunter Nichols. Now don't forget that name, we're going to see him later. 2 plays later after that, Chance Harris picks off Nayland Yates for his 3rd interception of the quarter. Now remember Smith's name as well, sorry. 2 plays later, we see a high snap instantly followed by a swarm of maroon jerseys as Hunter Nichols picks up the ball and runs it back for 35 yards and a touchdown. First touchdown of the game comes on defense. Now, after that play, we see Hunter Nichols again, receives the pass from Nayland Yates, runs it out to the midfield line, and then he gets stripped by Chance Harris, who runs it all the way back 30 yards, 6 points right there, 2 picks or 2 turnovers, 6 points for his Tanks.
That's
they went on to roll it.
Right there.
Oh yeah. Went on to win it 30-13.
You know, man, you said I left too early, but here's the deal. The Vikings fans, they saw a guy in Nayland Yates that they're really counting on this year to, possibly be a player of the year. They really need him to have a big year, but you mentioned he had 3 turnovers tonight.
Oh yeah, no, he had 3 interceptions all in the first half. I mean, after the first half, it seemed like he calmed it down. The Vikings did also have 2 fumbles as well, but that's all right. During last week's preseason show, I told you that if the Vinton County defense could toughen up, the Vikings would be tough to stop, and we saw a glimpse of that tonight. Up until the second half, the Vikings were doing a phenomenal job at stopping Unioto running backs Jamarcus Carroll and Chance Smith. Although both backs found the end zone in the second half, the Vikings showed that they have improved from last season. And while they may have only recovered the one fumble that Nichols ran back, they forced at least another. But the Vikings weren't the only team that forced turnovers tonight, as Nayland threw 3 interceptions in the first half alone. The all-TVC quarterback struggled all night as he only completed 7 passes for 120 yards in the loss. But inconsistency is something Nayland has struggled with in the past. Tonight just wasn't his night, and Unioto did not hesitate to take advantage of his mistakes. Now, I'm confident Nayland won't throw 3 interceptions a game. He just had a bad night. Now, if he does have a reputation as one of the strongest quarterbacks in our coverage, and he earned that for a reason. If the Vikings defense played like they did tonight, I know Nayland and his buddies on offense will get his team some wins.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. You're absolutely right, Clark. It's all about putting together quality performances on both sides of the ball. We can't count the Vikings out yet. So do you think, it was a low-scoring affair in the first half, Do you think it was a defensive effort or more or less on the offensive side that the teams were struggling with?
It was a little bit of both. Both teams had turnovers that cost them points. Both teams forced turnovers that gained them points. You know what I mean? It was a lot of back and forth, but it did show. I mean, you can't be on the field all day long like the Vinton County defense was in the first half, and I think that's what happened in the second half. They just got tired, and UNLA was able to pick them apart.
Now, bouncing back to Nayland Yates real quick, we know what he's capable of. He has all kinds of potential. He's looking to have a big year. As we mentioned, it was not his night. What do you think he's going to have to do maybe throughout the week, mental preparation-wise, to feel more comfortable in the pocket?
I really can't tell you, man. I know like you said, he's very deadly in the pocket. He has a great set of offensive linemen. They returned about 9 offensive players from last year's team. I think if he can just remain calm, stick to his mechanics, keep comfortable, and make the right decision. That's really what it was tonight. He just wasn't making that correct decision.
Right, and if the big guys up front can buy him some time back there, I think next week he's going to be all right, man. Clark, thanks for the great work. Now, the only thing that might get you pumped after those plays is the heated rivalry between two teams only 10 miles apart. And senior reporter Josh Gregory, he's going to give us a look at the Nelsonville-York Trimble rivalry. It's intense. We love it. We're excited for it. These two schools, they're going into their 54th consecutive matchup tomorrow. That's pretty wild, Josh.
I know, Joey. There is so much history to this rivalry, and it's all going down tomorrow night in Gloucester. Players, coaches, and fans are all excited for this historic game.
Every rivalry has a story.
If you don't win the game, it's like High State Michigan. You're going to hear about it for the rest of your life.
Brady Trace is at the 10-5, touchdown, Tomcats.
I was good friends with Ben Roby, who graduated the same year I did. And senior year, we had 98 season. We had a great game over there. And we just come up a little short.
It was more a personal game against a great friend of mine with Brady Trace. You know, we always spent the nights with each other in the summers.
It's a rivalry between friends, communities, and former teammates.
My high school quarterback was Rusty, and Rusty's been a coach over here, and he lives in our district. So to me, it's more fun at this point that, you know, my old buddies over there coaching.
You know, there's a lot of build-up, you know, a lot of talking. You know, you as a kid, you see the people in the community. Hey, we're going to get the Buckeyes this year. Or, you know, on the other side, hey, we're going to get them Tomcats this year.
It's a game that players have looked forward to all summer.
Last year we lost to them. They got bragging rights over us for the rest of the year, so I want to earn them back.
Some say it's a game between brothers.
Play with everybody, man. It's team sport. You gotta play with your brothers out there.
Players say this rivalry gives them a feeling of pride.
What it means to be a Buckeye is exactly what it means for them to be a Tomcat.
Nelsonville Trimble, greatest rivalry.
Now, this is something that's super special to both these teams. And another thing that's really special is this trophy, the first National Bank trophy. And it's been in NY for some time, 20 years. It's about as old as me. And so I'm excited to see how this is going to play out. And we're going to be in for it.